Hi, today we will see the letter I in Spanish. Hoy vamos a aprender la letra I. La letra I en español solamente tiene un sonido. The letter I in Spanish has only one sound. And like in English we have the I can be pronounced I or E, right? And different variations of the tone of E, right? In Spanish, every vowel has just one sound, right? It's always the same open sound, E, right? It's never I or U, it's always E, just openly and flat, okay? So, empezaremos con los nombres propios masculinos que comienzan con la letra I. We will begin with the Spanish given names that begin with the letter I. Tenemos Ignacio, Isidro, Ismael. Ignacio, Isidro, Ismael. These three are quite common names, but the most common of the three is Ignacio. El más común de los tres nombres es Ignacio. Ahora veremos nombres propios femeninos que comienzan con la letra I. Now we will see feminine given names that begin with the letter I. Inés, Irma, Irene. Inés, Irma, Irene. Okay? Of these three names, the most common is Inés. De estos tres nombres, el más común es Inés. El nombre Inés generalmente va acompañado de otro nombre más. Por ejemplo, María Inés, María Inés o Ana Inés. What I just said in Spanish is the name Inés usually is accompanied or goes together with another Spanish name, right? It can be María or Ana. So we usually see María Inés or Ana Inés, right? In Spanish, these double names are very common, right? Also for men, like Juan Pablo, Juan Andrés, José Ignacio, right? Two names that match very well together. However, you can also see Inés just by itself alone. It's still quite common, right? Ahora veremos animales que comienzan con la letra I. Now we will see animals that begin with the letter I. Tenemos la iguana, iguana, ibis, y tenemos el impala. So we have the iguana, the ibis or ibis, and the impala. Okay? So, interestingly enough, these three names are the same in English, right? In English and in Spanish. So, we do not need to translate them. Iguana es un tipo de lagarto, ¿sí? The iguana is a kind of a type of lizard or reptile. Es un tipo de reptil en realidad, no de lagarto. La iguana es un tipo de reptil. The iguana is a type of reptile. Ibis es del reino de las aves. El ibis pertenece al reino de las aves. The ibis belongs to the kingdom of the birds. El ibis es un pájaro muy grande. The ibis is a very big bird. In Spanish we have two words for bird. We have ave, ave and pájaro. Right? Ave and pájaro. These two words mean the same thing. They mean bird. Usually the word ave is more academic and pájaro is a bit more colloquial, right? But both can be used in any situation and are perfectly okay. The impala is a kind of deer, right? El impala es un tipo de ciervo. Ciervo means deer in Spanish, right? Tipo is type of or kind of. So impala es un tipo de ciervo. The impala is a kind of deer. Ahora veremos frutas y verduras. Now we will see fruits and vegetables. Actually, I just could find one single fruit that begins with the letter I. En realidad, solamente pude encontrar una fruta que comienza con la letra I. Esta fruta es el icaco. This fruit is the icaco. And I didn't find any translation, and I actually never had heard of this fruit. So I just read that this fruit exists in Venezuela and is quite used for producing sweets. Okay? So I guess it's quite an exotic fruit. Okay? Ahora veremos adjetivos que comienzan con la letra I. Now we will see some adjectives that begin with the letter I. We have irregular. Irregular. That's irregular. Irregular. Infeliz. Infeliz means unhappy. And irreal. Unreal. Irreal. So in English, you can see that whenever we have the prefix I or un, right, to negate what comes afterwards, in Spanish we use just the I, right? So, regular would be regular. Irregular means irregular, right? The word for regular is like this, same as in English, okay? Regular, regular. So why have we added one more R here, right? Because here we have two R's. It's just to maintain, to keep the same pronunciation of the letter R. Remember that the R, when it's at the beginning of the word, it's R. And when the R is not at the beginning of the word, it's R. It's a smooth sound of the R, unless it is doubled. So the word regular, the R is at the beginning of the word. So it's the hard R, the harsh R, R, right? If we add an I here, and we do not add one more R, then we have the softer R. It's irregular, irregular, you see? But we want to keep the same pronunciation of the R as regular. So we add one more R here so that we keep the same pronunciation. Irregular. So we have regular and irregular, regular and irregular. Infeliz would be the opposite to the word feliz. Feliz means happy, right? Actually, felicidad is happiness, and feliz is happy. So, infeliz is unhappy. Then we have irreal, which means unreal. The word for real is, the word for real is real. And again, just to keep the same pronunciation of the R, we add one more R here, right? And we say irreal. If we did not add one more R, it would be irreal. And so it would change the pronunciation of the R. So irregular, irregular, infeliz, unhappy, and irreal for unreal. Ahora veremos algunos false friends o falsos amigos que empiezan con I. Now we will learn some false friends that begin with I. Tenemos tres false friends. We have three false friends. El primero, the first one, inconsecuente. Inconsecuente. It does not mean inconsequential, right? Inconsecuente in Spanish means inconsistent, something or somebody that is inconsistent, right? The English word inconsequential in Spanish means sin importancia, something unimportant, right? In Spanish would be de poca importancia or sin importancia.